listening to me, you might get the impression that it's no fun for me walking. But it is, believe me. And what would be the alternative? Lying on the beach, watching oiled up, half-naked girls playing volleyball, sipping on a cool cocktail? Nah, this is much better. I totally understand why many people take the tram or the metro to get out of town and start with a nice Camino. Because beautiful is something different. I'm officially on the Camino. It's the right way. But when I'm at the albergue, I have to check that. Because there have to be more beautiful alternatives. And it looks like I chose the ugliest ever. I'm walking now for about 4.5 hours only on asphalt, concrete and cobblestones. It's quite challenging for the feet, especially for me when you walk with barefoot shoes. You know, I walked up O Cebreiro when 35 degrees. I walked over the Pyrenees in thunderstorm. I walked the Mesetas in permanent rain and mud. But this today is the worst Camino day ever. Don't do it like me. Don't be a Mike. I don't know who marked this way. But in my opinion, this guy should be in prison. Life sentence. Without any chance of parole. Just found out I could have walked the entire day along the beach. But I didn't. Took the wrong turn and ended up on, I don't know what it's called, Senda Litoral. Don't do it. This way is the killer. Now, when it's about Camino Portugues, people are sometimes a little arrogant. Something like, oh, Camino Portugues is not very challenging. It's more a beginner's Camino. What is challenging? Who is setting the standards? Do you think it's a challenge to walk up a hill? No. I don't know. Of course, I walk the coastal route. Maybe central route is different. But I'm now 45k in, and I didn't have a single meter of nature. Only concrete, asphalt, and cobblestones. And that's a killer for the feet and for the joints. And that hurts. Never underestimate the Camino, particularly not this one. It's like a reward. 10:30, so what? In Germany it's already 11:30. Now, as beautiful as it is, walking along the ocean, it's amazing. But there's one major flaw. When you gotta do what pilgrims sometimes gotta do, you know what I mean. There's no trees, no bushes, no nothing. No chance to go for little pilgrims. Now maybe it sounds like, or you might have the imagination that I'm only complaining. No. It is just I want to, let's say, put the romantic image of walking the Camino into relation with real life. You know, like this. Looks very nice. I don't want to know how many trees have died for that. But if you think this is more pleasing to the feet than walking on asphalt, no, it's not. Why? Why? What kind of a sick obsession with cobblestones do the Portuguese have? Now, what I experienced so far, day 4, I think, many people, including me, are running out of water. And I don't know, maybe it'll get better, some later. But now, 3.5 days, I have seen only one fountain that could have been the fountain. Well, there was a Camino shell over it. But since there wasn't any sign saying potable water, I better didn't use it. So be aware that you might be not able to refill your water. And due to the fact that there's not many bars on the way or supermarkets, be careful. Now, last year, when I walked up to Ocebrero, I remember that I said, next year I walk the Portuguese way, promise. Because I fell for the propaganda saying, oh, Portuguese way, easy to walk, not very challenging. Now let me tell you one thing. Today, part of 1 or 2 small breaks, it's almost permanently uphill. And for a guy like me, who hates uphills, it is a challenge, believe me. I just wanted to make a video in order to complain about the closed cafes in Portugal. And then I found this beautiful place. It's amazing. This breakfast is €2.95. My feet hurt that much. Was only a lump of pain. Buen camino. And yeah, I don't know, I can't explain. I never experienced that before. And I'm not willing yet to blame it on my age, you know, because I have no problems with my endurance. I have indeed a problem with hurting feet. When my feet hurt, I become a little girl. Galicia. I love it so much. For me, Galicia is one of the most beautiful areas in Europe. I think even Navarra with the Pyrenees, not as beautiful as that. I love that. I'm happy now. Now let me tell you one thing. We're now walking in the woods on sand. And compared to walking on the street, it's like you're walking on clouds. Walking along the coast is so amazing, so beautiful, blah, blah, blah. There's my friends This is the Camino. Now anyway, to sum this all up, if I say I don't want to come back on this Camino Portugues, doesn't mean that I don't like it. It's every experience is important. Hence I love it being here. But I wouldn't come back because it's a nice hike, but for me it's a little too less a pilgrimage. For me, this is my opinion. If you have a different one, fine. Get a glass of milk, grab a cookie. Finally made it. 30k. Kind of exhausted, I'm honest. Oh. Now, I gotta confess, I kinda liked the Camino Portugues. It was, I always say Camino is life in a nutshell. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly. And Camino Frances is not much different. Camino Portugues is more, it's a shorter distance, but first day was very nasty. Second day was okay, and then day by day it got better and better. And from Tui, Oporino to Spain and Galicia was the perfect Camino. So, I don't know, can I recommend the Camino Portugues after all? Yes, I can. Is it, let's say, not a big challenge? Is it a beginner's Camino? Nah, I wouldn't agree. It was partly very exhausting. Anyway, now, tomorrow, I start my day to Fisterra. And, so far, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned. Buen Camino.